Our lesson for today is all about absolute value equation. Like for example, the absolute value of x is equal to 3, where it is the set of all real numbers that are 3 units from 0. Therefore, the solution set of the absolute value of x is equal to 3, or x is equal to -3. And let's have another example. We have the absolute value of x is equal to 4, where we can have if and only if x is equal to +4, or x is equal to -4. So remember this, we have two things in common. We have negative and positive. So when you solve an absolute value equation, you have two answers. It is positive and negative. So in this another example, the absolute value of 2x -5 is equal to 21. So we can solve into equation, which is 2x -5 is equal to 21, or 2x -5 is equal to -21. Remember that when we solve in one equation by positive, and we can also solve in the other equation by negative. So we have 2x is equal to 26. Then when we divide both sides by 2, this one, so x is equal to 13. And the another equation, we have to subtract each side by +5. So we have cancel this one. We have 2x, and then -21 plus 5 is equal to -16. Then when we divide each side by 2, then x is equal to -8. So remember that we have two answers. When we solve an equation, you have to solve the positive sides and the negative sides. Again, let's have another example. The absolute value of x +14 is equal to 20, where we can solve its equation positive and the equation which is negative sides. So in this positive side, we can add each side by -14, and x is equal to 6. And then the other side, we have to add both sides by -14. Then x is equal to -34. So we have two answers. And then let's have another example. The absolute value of 2x +6 is equal to 10, where we can solve the positive sides, which is +10, or 2x +6 is equal to -10. So in this equation, we can add both sides by -6, and then 2x is equal to 4, where 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. Then we divide each side by 2, then x is equal to 2. And then a negative side, so we have add both sides by -6, cancel out this one, then 2x is equal to -16, where we can divide both sides by 2, then x is equal to -8. So remember that we have two answers. Again, we have another example where we can have 2, the absolute value of x positive 3 plus 4 is equal to 34. Remember, these equations have the numbers have outside the absolute value, so when we do this one, first thing we have to simplify each side, so we need to add both sides by negative 4, and then which is equal to, cancel out this one, and the remaining is 2 absolute value of x positive 3 is equal to 30. And then we can divide each side by 2 so that we can remove the numbers that is outside from the absolute value. Then the remaining is the absolute value of x plus 3 is equal to 15. Then we start to solve its equation by using positive or negative. So we have the absolute value of positive 3, x positive 3 is equal to 15, or x positive 3 is equal to negative 15. So we have to solve its equation. First, in this positive, so we have to add the each side by negative 3, then x is equal to 12. And in this side, so we have to add negative 3, then cancel out, x is equal to negative 18. Therefore, our answer is x is equal to 12 and x is equal to negative 18. And let's have another example. We have the absolute value of x negative 4 over 2, where we have a fraction. So when we do this one, first thing to do is we need to use the least common denominator by 2, so we can multiply each side by 2. So we have 2 here, and then we multiply each side also by 2 here. So 2 divided 2 is equal to 1, times x negative 4 is equal to x negative 4. Then 8 times 2 is equal to 16. And then this one, we can start to solve each equation. So we have positive and negative, so we have to subtract each side by positive 4, so we have cancel out this one, and x is equal to 20. And then this one, x is equal to, cancel out this one, x is equal to negative 12. This one, we have negative 16 minus 4 is equal to 12. And then let's have another example. We have the absolute value of 2x negative 3 is equal to 21. So first thing to do, we need to solve 2x negative 3 is equal to positive 21, or 2x negative 3 is equal to negative 21. So we can solve its equation, so we have to add both sides by positive 3, and then we cancel out this one. We have 2x is equal to positive 24. Then we divide this side by 2, therefore x is equal to 12. And then the other side, so we have to add both sides by positive 3, and then cancel out this one. 2x is equal to negative 18. and then we divide each side by 2, therefore x is equal to negative 9, and therefore we have two answers. Again, we have another example. We have 3, the absolute value of x, negative 5, negative 16 is equal to 2. Remember that we cannot directly solve for each equation by positive or negative since we have the number outside from the absolute value. First thing to do, so we need to simplify. Then it's 18, and then we divide each side by 3. Cancel out this one. The remaining is the absolute value of x minus 5 is equal to 18 divided 3 is 6. So this one we can solve its equation by positive and negative. So we have x negative 5 is equal to 6, or x negative 5 is equal to negative 6. And then we can add each side by positive 5 to get the value of x. So x is equal to 11. If we add both sides by positive 5, therefore the value of x is equal to negative 1. And this is the answer. That's all. Thank you. Thanks for watching.